Hi, good morning, all the beautiful people out there. Welcome back to my channel. This is Nisha here, and I hope everybody's doing fantastically well. And today I'm going to show you this beautiful green smoky eye makeup and how we achieve this look and this flawless setting of the face, how we do that. And stay tuned till the end of the channel to understand how we really create this beautiful, seamless, glowy finish look. And trust me, this makeup lasts for around 10 to 15 hours. In fact, almost 12 to 15 hours. For me, it does on a regular basis. We've used the kind of products. So I'm putting the description, link of the products in the description box. Make sure that you stay tuned till the end, like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and also tell me how did you like the look and if you would love to try. And there we go. We go ahead and start the video now. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, so now I first start prepping up my face with this Inside 3-in-1 primer, which is one of my most favorite sort of DUG stuff. So I'm going to take this primer, a little bit and kind of apply everywhere on my face. इसे आप हाथ से भी apply कर सकते हैं. So I'm just going to apply it on the face. Primer is one of the most important steps. You need to make sure that you don't really skip this step because इसके वजह से आपका मेकअप जो है वो काफ़ी लॉन्ग लास्ट करता है. It creates a barrier between your skin and the products and the foundation that you're going to apply, as a result of which skin को नुकसान भी नहीं करता है. Now, as you can see that I have quite good amount of pigmentation on my face at different places. So I'm going to use this Insight color corrector palette, and I'm going to use a small brush because that's how I love to use the corrector. I'm using this orange corrector, and I'm going to apply it under my eyes because I have the dark circles and I want to neutralize it. So I'm going to apply a little on my and also on the eyelid, as I have a lot of pigmentation there as well. So I apply a little bit on my eyelids. Remember, the rule in makeup is less is more, so you apply less product, and that kind of really helps kind of just neutralize your darkness around the areas. So that's what I do, and now I usually like to apply my foundation first. Now today, just for a change, I thought I'll mix two of my MAC foundations. So this is a darker and a lighter shade, and because my skin color changes as per the season, which is NC20 and NC42, so I'm going to mix both these shades on the back of my hand, and I'm going to apply this, and then at the end I'm going to apply my concealer. So this is NC42, and I mix a little bit of NC20, depending what's the intensity of the foundation that I really want, and I'm going to mix it with my hand. As you can see, it's here, and I'm going to apply all over my face, everywhere. And once you apply this foundation, I'm going to use today for a change a beauty blender to blend everything and see how it goes. So I'm just going to quickly use this MAC Press Fix and wet my sponge, and I'm going to take to the product, and I'm going to just push it into my skin so that it gives that seamless finish. So as you can see, I am basically pushing the product into my skin rather than kind of sweeping it on my face. I'm not swiping it on my face. I'm just dabbing it and pressing the foundation also where we had put the concealer so that the product does not move. तो जहाँ आपने concealer लगाया है वहाँ पर भी आपको ये product foundation को सिर्फ push करना है आपके beauty blender से, ताकि आपने जो product लगाया है वो वहाँ से shift ना हो, वैसा ही रहे. So as you can see, the foundation is really blended well on the face. और जो product already इसमें है, I'm going to use that on my neck. So there you go. Now you can see it's a flawless finish that is already created with the beauty blender. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the concealer for the dark areas, pigmented areas. This is Maybelline Age Rewind in Caramel shade. I'm going to put a little bit around my mouth and also to highlight a little bit here and a little bit under my eyes. Because this concealer basically brightens and conceals, so I love this shade. As you can see, it kind of brightens my face. And I'm going to use the beauty blender only to just kind of blend it wherever. So I'm pushing the product, and I'm not kind of doing anything. Here as well, I'm going to just push the product a little bit wherever it's required, that's all. Now it's important that I apply the concealer on my eyelids also, because as you can see there was a lot of pigmentation जिसको हमने orange corrector लगा के already neutralize किया है. Similarly, I'm going to do it here on this eyes as well, and I'm going to just dab it with the beauty blender here as well. So now you can see the entire face is kind of brightened up, and now you can see a basic canvas which is being prepared for the entire face makeup. Now I'm going to quickly use my powder. First I will set my eyelids because that is the one which will crease the fastest, so I'm going to just set it with a fluffy blending brush and a powder. I'm using NK banana powder, so this helps me set my eyelids so that they don't crease. After setting this, I'm going to use to set my entire face. Now ready for change, I plan to use a cream blush. So I'm going to use a cream blush by Sleek. It has 3 colors here, but I'm going to go with the peach color, which goes perfectly fine with Indian skin tone. So I'm using my beauty blender. I'm going to take a product on the beauty blender, and I'm going to put this product here on the cheekbone, and you just use it in this motion, dabbing motion again up to this place. So if you can see, that kind of gives a real cream blush is always good to use अगर आप चाहते हैं आपका product long lasting हो और एकदम seamless finish दे. And if you have very dry skin, this automatically gives a dewy finish. I also like to use my blush a little on my forehead, so that kind of gives a flushed look, a little on my nose and a little on my jawline as well. So that kind of just gives me that blushed look. There you go. Now I'm going to set my face with this powder. I don't really like to, kind of use a lot of powder, but little goes a long way. So that's what I'm going to do. So now you can see, once I set my face with the powder completely, now I'm going to, it kind of just creates a kind of flawless base to start using colors and products on the face. Maybe at the end we'll do a little more touch up of the blush if you want more intensity. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this bronzer by Revlon. It's an oldie, but I'm just in love with this. That kind of really gives a nice warm tone to your, it helps to sculpt your face. At the same time, it gives that nice warm bronze look, and I love to use it for chiseling my jawline as well. I also like to use it a little bit on the sides of my nose with the same brush. And of course, because I have a bigger forehead, I use this a little close to my hairline. So this is how you use the bronzer. There you go. And now I'm going to first do my eye makeup. Before I do my eyebrows, we are going to do the eye makeup first. Or okay, let's do the eyebrows first. Now for eyebrows, I'm going to use as usual a darker eyeshadow shade. And very important कि जब आप अपने eyebrows करेंगे, you will just go through the shape of your eyebrows and fill. हमेशा याद रखिए जो मैंने आपको बताया मेकअप के रूल है लेस इज़ मोर. तो आपको सिर्फ डेफिनेशन देना है और बहुत नेचुरल लुक देना है. तो आप आईब्रो के शेप को फॉलो करते हुए उसे आउटलाइन करेंगे बहुत स्लाइटली, और जो भी गैप्स है आईब्रोज में उसको फिल करेंगे. सो दिस इज़ हाउ योर आईब्रोज आर वेल डिफाइंड. यू कैन सी द डिफरेंस ऑन द फेस. कितना डिफरेंस आ जाता है जब आपके आईब्रोज वेल डिफाइंड हो जाते हैं. ओके, सॉरी फॉर. Now I'm going to do a bright eyeshadow today, and I'm going to use NYX palette in ombre shade. This is the one that I'm going to use here. It has really beautiful bright colors, and I'm going to use these shades today, the beach kind of shades. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this lightest shade today, and I'm going to use it on my crease line and transition line between that. So I'm going to use that lightest shade and create a transition here, and I'm going to do the same thing with this lightest shade and create a transition here. So corner of the eyes on the crease line to the inner corners. So you kind of just blend it this way here. Less is more, so you have to make sure that you stay on the crease line and you do not go further above near your brow bone. So once this is done, I'm going to use another brush, this small brush, and I'm going to use this darker green shade, and I'm going to use this on my crease. So I'm going to use it here on my crease line to give a little more depth and definition, and use it on the outer corners of my eyes to give it a nice V, outer corner V with this. You see how it goes. So I'm going to take the same shade again and create a depth here as well on the crease line. So you need to use the shade on the crease line and the outer corners of your eyes as well. So this gives a nice outer V here. Kind of just take it and kind of use a circular motion for the V, and then kind of just blend again. So you see that beautiful, outer corner V, and then you blend. Now again, if you feel that you have these darker lines, so again you use the same earlier brush that you used the lightest shade, and you kind of start blending again here. The reason आप blend कर रहे हो क्योंकि हम नहीं चाहते कि बहुत harsh lines नजर आए और ये एकदम seamless नजर आना चाहिए जब आप eye shadows use करते हैं. So again you're going to blend it with a blending brush, lighter shade earlier वाला, and then you blend it, just blend it here, so you don't see a very thick crease line. Now I'm going to take another brush, and इसके पहले मैंने आपको last time एक trick बताई थी. I'm going to use my concealer and just dab a little bit of concealer on my eyelids, ताकि मैं जो भी शेड eyelid पे लगाऊंगी वो literally pop up करेगा. तो इसमें मुझे पाउडर लगाने की जरूरत नहीं क्योंकि इस पे हम शेड डालने वाले हैं. So now I'm going to use this bright blue shade here, and I'm going to put that on my eyelids. Very gently, you're going to use this shade on your eyelids. So this is how I'm going to use this shade on the other eye as well. I just love these bright shades on eyeshadows. It kind of really opens up your eyes and kind of makes your face look so attractive, so beautiful, and gives some color in this life of lockdown where everything looks so boring and dull kind of stuff. So you kind of take it, 3/4 of your eyelids you kind of color with this bright blue shade in this palette, and we're done. Once we're done with that, and you really want to just blend again, you take the earlier blending brush and you kind of just blend, so that everything seems to be seamless. There you go. And if you think you want a little more intensity of this blue color, which I feel like, I'm going to put it on eyelid once again and just leave the outer corners. Similarly, I'm going to use the shade here and kind of just leave it on the outer corners, and I'm going to take the lighter shade and kind of just blend with the blending brush once again with the outer corner. There you go. Now, just in case there was some fallouts while you were putting these shadows, it usually does not happen. This is a nice palette, so I would still kind of just do this. Now we'll go ahead and apply the eyeliner and kajal. Before I apply the eyeliner, I'll do the kajal, and I'm doing Maybelline Super Black Colossal. This is one of my favorites. An amazing kajal. Before I apply this kajal, I would love to do silver kajal in my lower lash line by Bourjois, and this is one of the best creamy, ones which glides easily through your waterline and it doesn't really make it watery. So I'm going to apply this in my waterline, lower waterline, so kind of just opens and pops up my eyes. There you go. This is one of the tricks if you have smaller eyes and you really want to open up your eyes. This is what you can do. Now I'm going to use this Super Black Kajal and apply it on a lower lash line. Very gently. As you can see, just the lash line that I'm going to do a very light dark Kajal. And if you can see, I've just placed it halfway on my eyes. I've not taken it really, not the entire eyes, because I want to keep that brightened look up. So just place it halfway. And that's it, because now I'm going to use the same crease brush that we used, and I'm going to use this bright blue shade to kind of just give a little bit of the tinge of that blue shade on my lower lash line, so that it kind of just looks seamless and well blended. And I'm going to do the same here. Again, if you notice, I'm just doing this halfway and I'm not covering the entire eyes, because that way it kind of just looks very blended. And so you don't really want to go ahead and do the entire eyes, because you just want to give the tinge of the shade where you kind of use the smoky eyes kind of thing. And now, as I said earlier, I usually love to do my eyeliner with my kajal, but today for a change I'm going to do it with my Calabar Matte Black 01 liquid liner, and I'm going to play a little drama with my eyes. So I'm going to do a winged eyeliner. Again, if you see, I make a wing and I bring it just halfway to the eyelash. I don't take it very close to my eyes. There you go. Similarly here, we're going to make it a wing and bring it halfway. So there you go. Just wait for it to dry. It's liquid eyeliner, it's kind of, it's shining. So there you go. And because I'm more confident with my, this kajal pencil liner, I'm going to now just touch upon it with this. So as you see here, this kind of really gives that smooth black winged look. There you go. Perfectly fine. And you do the same here with this one here. It kind of glides so smooth. I just love this kajal. There you go. So there you go with this beautiful kajal that you've done, and I just love to kind of touch up with the corners that I kind of pulled in. Now the best part is curling your eyelashes. So I'm going to curl the eyelashes very close here. Curl and pinch it up again, very close. Curl and pinch it up. Curl and pinch it up. Once again, curl, pinch it up, and pull it up. So there you go. Now I'm going to use my beautiful Hypercurl Waterproof Maybelline Mascara, one of my real favorite ones, and I am going to use this mascara. Use the same thing here as well. It's a beautiful mascara. It kind of really gives length and volume. So I do 2 to 3 coats so that I can get that desired effects instead of 1 coat, because I'm not using eyelashes. So just wipe the wand if the wand has some extra mascara so that it doesn't kind of clumps onto your eyelashes. And it gives a beautiful effect. 2-3 coats and lower lash line as well. There you go with your liner. And now the most favorite part is now lipstick. So we're gonna use one of my favorites, darker shades of lipstick that I like to use for the outline part, and I think we have this shade I'm gonna use. I love to outline my lips with this darker shade. So I'm going to use this. Now this trick here, I always prefer, as well as I always recommend, to go ahead and outline your lips, because once you outline, you can actually see the difference. Before I outline my lips, my face was looking so flat, and now when I outline the lips, my eyes already looks beautiful and has so much of definition, and at the same time, you know, my lips now look really defined, and I really love to, you know, outline them really dark. And then I'm going to put one of my most favorite lippies, is shade Creator 35 from Maybelline Matte Ink, and this little, I love this shade like crazy, and a little goes a long way. There you go. Now, if I want, I will kind of just you know, outline with the same lip liner once again. This lip liner shade is PK13 from Chambord. I'm sorry, which is a darker shade, and I just love the shade, and this kind of just goes with any and every lipstick that I use. And this is the finished look. Before we close this, I'm going to quickly apply the highlighter from BH Cosmetics Wild and Radiant. They have these beautiful shades here, so I'm going to use this fan brush for the highlighter and a little bit of a product, and I'm going to highlight on the bridge of my nose and a little bit on my higher cheekbone here. See that beautiful sheen. Similarly here, the highest point of your cheekbones, and a little more on the bridge of my nose, because I really love this part of highlighting. A little in my lippies, I just love this part, and a little on this area of my forehead, and a little on my chin here as well. These are the areas where most of the light falls on your face, so you just kind of you know, do this, and at times if you feel this kind of just goes a little more, you can kind of just you know, subdue it with this, and there is go. And I just love to finish this with a little more of you know, the same powder brush that we use, kind of just dust it once, and there you go. So now you see how you know, how the entire makeup has done. Look at the eyes, look at the lips. This color of the eyes as well as the lips is kind of a complementary color, and the kind of really shades well. We also discussed about the blusher part, that we'll do the blusher a little more darker at the ends, because that really kind of, I just love it. And I'm going to use the same cream blush with the same you know, beauty blender, and kind of just put a little more here on top, so it kind of gives a little more natural sheen with the highlighter that we've already put, so you can actually see. And if you want, you can kind of just dust a little, very little powder on this, so it just kind of sits and doesn't move from there. There you go. So now you can see the face looks absolutely sculpted, as we've already done the bronzing near the hairline, because my forehead is bigger. We've done the sculpting here with the bronzer, highlighter on the nose. Also, one more thing, I love to do highlighter on, you know, brow bone, where you've played with beautiful colors and your eyes really look gorgeous. So when you use the highlighter here on the brow bone, that kind of really highlights your eyes beautifully there. There you go. You just use the finger and highlight, and there you go. This is how the finished look looks, and you can see how beautiful the eye makeup looks with those beautiful beach green and blue shades in ombre palette from NYX, and my kajal and the lipstick shade, and that natural sheen with the highlighter that comes over. And if you want to, I use the NYX matte finish setting spray, and I'm going to spray this all over my face to kind of just set it for a few minutes, and there you go. So once this is really set, and you can again just use a sponge to press this a little on your face, so the product doesn't move, and this makeup of yours really lasts for around, trust me, this makeup lasts for around 12 to 15 hours at the same time, because we've used the MAC foundation in 2 shades, and trust me, MAC is one of the world's best foundations when it comes to long lasting, full coverage, and so on. So we've used MAC Studio Fix Fluid in NC20, NC42. I've mixed the 2 shades to get it the right shade for my face, and there you go. I'm sure if you really loved this eye makeup, you love the lippy shades, and do make sure that you comment and tell me how did you like the makeup. Would you love to try this look? And in case you want to know any more different tutorials or anything specially extra about makeups and tips and tricks, I would love to share that with you.